Speaking of right after and during, are you planning on, I know like right away they put leave on my chest and asked if I wanted to breastfeed him or not. Are you going to try it out? Because I know there's also a lot of obligation around breast is best, or hey, formula is the way to go. You know, a lot of people have opinions about that. Do you have an opinion? How are you feeling about that?
I don't have a specific opinion other than, I mean, I've seen so many of my mom friends feel maybe they haven't actually been shamed, but they felt shamed or maybe shameful of themselves for not being able to breastfeed or not being capable of breastfeeding. And so that's just got to be the most awful feeling. But for me, I've been lactating my whole pregnancy. So I'm gonna definitely try to breastfeed because I feel like these big bajungas might be able to. And also, for a couple of reasons, I'd like to breastfeed. One, nutrition. Two, because it's free. I mean, my breasts are right here, right? It's convenient. Those are the three probably main reasons. Bonding. But other than that, no. I mean, if I can't breastfeed, we'll figure it out. You know, I'm not opposed to bottle feeding, but I don't foresee myself having a problem. But you just never know. So, what did you do?
So right away they put Levi on my chest, and I had no milk up until my breasts were massive. They were huge, but I had no milk until he actually got there. And then I had colostrum for the first couple of days. So they say it's the most nutritious part of the breast milk that comes out at first. So even though you're only getting a little bit, it should be enough to keep their nutrition levels up. But when we left the hospital, I still hadn't started producing milk yet, and I really couldn't get him to latch great. So while we're there, they're really awesome. They have lactation consultants that come in and they like hook the baby onto your nipple. No joke. I don't know how he had a problem hooking on. My nipples were huge. I mean, massive nipples. It was crazy. But yeah, so I don't know how he had trouble hooking on, but once he latched, he got the hang of it, and he's still on my boob. But with that said, we do supplement because right when we left the hospital, I'm not sure if it was because he was born with a cyst in his mouth. So we weren't sure if that was kind of blocking him from being able to fully latch on and get all the nutrition that he needed, or if I wasn't producing enough, but he lost a pound when we left the hospital. So at our first doctor's appointment, they told us that we needed to start supplementing with formula, which I was one of those people that felt shame, but it wasn't from any outside force. It was with myself. I felt incapable of being able to provide for my baby. And that was really tough because I had planned from the get-go to breastfeed only. So with that said, I am so, so thankful that I was like, my hand was forced. You know, I had to get him to gain weight again. But I'm really, really thankful that we started supplementing because he eats nonstop, and breastfeeding is really hard. Breastfeeding is like, it burns so many calories. It's exhausting. He cluster feeds at night still, and he's 8 months old. So, I mean, if we didn't at least have a little bit of formula in there, I wouldn't be able to get off the couch because he'd constantly be eating. So I see nothing wrong with, you know, supplementing, or if you can't produce it, like, that's fine too. I guess because there was so much that I had read beforehand about breast being the best, that I just felt really guilty for not being able to do it all by myself. But I feel fine about it now. I'm really happy with the way things turned out.
Yeah, and I see so many people feel that guilt. I've seen other people experience that. I don't know how I'll feel once the baby comes. I don't know that until the time is here. But other than that, yeah, I expect to breastfeed. If I can't, we'll figure it out. Got my pump the other day in the mail from the insurance, so that's great. But yeah, so I think that's probably, you know, all personal preference and what your body can actually do. So
Absolutely.
that was our fourth episode.
So thanks again. Thank you guys again for tuning in to our fourth episode all about obligations. We really appreciate you watching our videos. Keep tuning in, and we'll try and get something up every week. Thanks.
Bye.